Good evening, once again. This is Desperately Seeking Answers. I'm Odell Farris, your host. And tonight, we have something very special for you. I have a very, very special guest with me. I'll let her introduce herself first.
Good evening. My name is Tonia McDonald, and I'm the president of Global Business Incubation. We are a business incubator research and development organization. We are also what you call a think and do tank. What that means is that we do the research to find out solutions to problems that are plaguing inner city communities. And the do part of it means that from that research, we then enact and do what the community needs in order to help solve those problems.
Now, having said all of that, I'm sure you understand why I'm so happy to have her sitting here with me right now.
Thank you.
Because first on the agenda is Leimert Park. I'm sure all of you are familiar with it. All of the confusion, the misunderstanding, the signs all over the place, and people yards, save Leimert, save Leimert. Well, what are we supposed to do to save Leimert? You know, and most African Americans, black people, whatever you choose to call yourself, just don't understand the powers of the dynamics of economics. And what you just explained to the audience fits right into what we need so desperately. You know, now there's a master plan. The redevelopment agency are proposing to redo Leimert, change it. Everyone don't know what's going to happen to them, going to happen to their businesses, going to just destroy our little mecca of blackness in that area. But something got to happen. Something got to give, you know. And my looking at this and understand how economics work and what you need takes money to have a business, to bring customers so you can have the merchandise for them. I said, that's a great idea. But there's another something lurking in the darkness. Where will we fit in after the fact? I think that's what most people are afraid of. Okay? But you came in at the meeting that we had last week, and your partner,
Paul McDonald.
Mr. McDonald. Mr. Paul he's your partner, right?
Yes, Paul is our chief research officer.
The brilliant man. Anyway, the two of you gave your presentation, and right away, because I have ears and I will listen, okay, I don't have tunnel vision. I said, wait a minute, that plan is better than this plan, you know. It will give us power. Could you just elaborate on that a bit?
Well, we are also what you call business incubator experts. And from the research that Paul McDonald has done over the years, we found that business incubators can actually be economic development tools to help revitalize communities, because it's about a celebration of businesses coming together and working together on one plan that benefits everybody in the community. And also provides that kind of marketing that you need in order to attract the kinds of people and customers and other businesses and resources that can help revitalize that community. One of the things that we talked about doing is that the community, the businesses in that community come together to create their own publication.
Exactly. Let me just interject something here. It's so important. Togetherness. Working together. It doesn't matter if I like you or hate you as a person.
Exactly.
But if it's for the betterment of the group, where we are, to hold on to our little power, you heard of strange bedfellows?
Oh, yes.
Now, what do big businesses do? Sometimes you wonder, wow, I thought he was mad at him. Doing business together. Why? Because they looked at the big picture. You understand?
Well, you know what? That's our background. Paul McDonald, our researcher, believe it or not, was a researcher for 200 of the top corporations in this country. Wow. The organization was called the National Center for Manufacturing Sciences. And just what you're talking about, how major corporations may not like each other,
right.
They might be major competitors.
Right.
They looked and saw that if we are going to take back the manufacturing infrastructure and take back the power that we've lost to the rest of the world, right. We're going to have to work together.
Right.
So we were a part of an organization called NCMS. Uh-huh. And 200 of the top corporations like Ford, General Motors, AT&T, Cincinnati Millicrom, Texas Instruments, Baxter Healthcare, the list goes on and on and on.
Right.
All of these companies came together to collaborate. And you know what they called it? Cooperating to compete.
Exactly. Even though in that group, you might have had some in there selling the same product.
Exactly. That's what they were doing.
What does it matter?
Well, you know what? They knew that in order to compete globally, they had to work together.
That's right.
Our community, Leimert Park, in order for it to survive, everyone has to work together.
Exactly.
So what we are bringing is what we learned from corporate America.
Exactly.
We're bringing the same kinds of tools that they used. They used what you call zero-time management principles. They used the art of business, which is also the 5 strategic strategies used in the art of war.
Right.
To come together.
Right.
And that's what we're bringing to the Leimert Park area, the same kinds of strategies that corporate America used to come together.
You're putting together for Leimert what you did for the big giants.
Yes.
So you're applying that same principle for this little giant.
Well, myself, I actually represented these 200 corporations to the legislation in California.
Right.
They wanted to pass legislation so that they could receive $45 million in corporate support from the federal government. Mm-hmm. But they needed the support of the California legislatures. Mm-hmm. So I was their lobbyist, right. And I went around to all of our assemblymen and congressmen, and I told the story about how corporate America wanted to create more jobs and opportunities within this country and how they were working together to make that happen.
Right.
And how Japan was leading the way in the automobile industry, and how corporate America said it's time for us to take that back.
Exactly.
And so, of course, our politicians said, all right, yeah, we want to do this. And so the bills passed. We need to do the same thing within our community.
You said the magic word, lobbying.
Yes.
Just talking to someone the other day, and this person said to me, you know, we don't have anyone to be the go-between, which is a lobbyist, you know, to the big giants, whether it be the mayor or the senators or whoever, right, in our community, to get this information, know what's coming down the pipeline, and bring it back to the community and let them know what we need to do to get our fair share of the pie. We are not getting our fair share of the pie.
Well, you know, one of the things that we also need to do, that we saw corporate America do, they did what we call scenario planning. Scenario planning only means that what we have to do first is model and simulate how we want to see our community working together,
right.
How we want to see success within our community. Because let me tell you, don't think that corporate America wanted to really work together. They just saw that, okay, we need to. Don't think think that they weren't
Which
fighting.
was the lesser of the two evils?
Okay.
Shall I stay over here by myself and die?
Right.
Or should I jump in there with them?
Well, you know what they had to do? They had to create real films and real scenarios to show how successful they would be if they came together and worked together. So we have to do the same.
The same thing.
Because our community, unless they see it, they won't get it.
Exactly.
All right, so we're talking about creating a publication, but at the same time, we also need to show them how successful they will be when they are working together.
You know, you're absolutely right. And this magazine, is it, that you're proposing that we
Yes.
should do for Lamert? Okay? I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about it. And I don't see anyone really jumping on it. So I've just kind of taken it up on myself. And those of you out there that's looking at this show or maybe get a chance to look at it, I am going to personally, if someone will beat me to it, that'll be fine too, because I'm an old lady now, I don't have a lot of energy, but if not, I'm taking my camera, get me a heifer, and I'm going to each store, business in Lamert. I think it's about 30 establishments, okay? Do the spread, the picture. Explain to them what we're doing. And this is not going to cost you 1 penny. Is that right? Not 1 penny. And you're going to be exposed all over the area. It's going to bring business for you. It's going to put your story out there. Okay? I believe that that's one thing that will bring that community together.
Well, you know, we always have to talk about solutions.
Yes.
And we also have to talk about how we are the ones that are going to provide the solutions to the problems that are plaguing our community.
Exactly.
That's just one.
Right. And that's something they can see.
Yes. Yes. We created.
But wait just a minute.
Okay.
Pick up where I left off as to it's going to be free.
Oh.
The advertisement is going to be free. Now, I know somebody is saying, now how is that possible? Could you tell them?
Well, we're looking to get support from the organizations that are right there in the area, and also to make sure that the business improvement district that they've all worked so hard to make happen
Right.
be the main supporter of helping to cover the costs for a publication like this.
Right.
Because it's geared toward showcasing the area, it's geared toward showcasing the businesses within the community, and it's geared toward telling the story of these businesses that are in the Lamert Park area, telling the story of the community and the people in the community, telling the story of the young people in the community and what they want to do and how they want to do it. So it's really a vehicle to tell.
Get your story out.
Exactly. And tell it the best way that you can.
Exactly.
So that everyone can understand who Lamert Park is.
That's right. And it will be basically supported by the big corporations.
Exactly.
Which shouldn't have any problem with it because they're making mega bucks on us.
Exactly.
You know, it's a win-win situation,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
So all of the signs you see out there, save Lamert, save Lamert, this is one vehicle that can accomplish that. And I think everyone will be happy. You won't have to be afraid of some big giant corporation coming in and running over you like a tow truck. We will be able to make a decision collectively among ourselves, and then that is taken to the board or wherever it needs to go in order to get funding and help ourselves, because we are together as one, as a unit. If we're divided all the time, we can't get anywhere. They don't pay us any attention when you divide it. Together, you know, and that's a whole nother story.
Well, we also created a business incubator in downtown Los Angeles for the multimedia, entertainment, and technology industry. We were able to bring together 50 startup companies and small businesses in a very depressed area of downtown Los Angeles at 6th and Spring Street. Now, that area was in much worse shape than Leimert Park.
Yeah.
In fact, the building that we were in, I think the occupancy was about 10%, and the building was 165,000 square feet, 12 stories high. Because of the excitement and the creativity that we brought to that area, and because of the story that we told and the way that we modeled and simulated that facility, we were able to attract young entrepreneurs. And then once we had them there, we made sure that we let corporate America know who these companies were, because these companies were going to be their future clients.
Right.
So just because of the bringing together of these companies and making sure that we put together a major website that talked about who they were and made sure that everybody's information was on it, we created this great hub, and at the same time, we created, because of the project, 300 new jobs.
Wow.
Okay, so these are the kinds of things that we can do right there in Leimert Park.
Exactly. And another
But we
thing,
know we have to model and simulate it first for our community.
Yes,
Go ahead,
yeah.
sorry.
And another thing that's so vitally important is buying power in order to sell your product at a price where you can compete with everybody else. You see, because when you have like little stores scattered here and there, and each person go and get a little bit, 10 pieces, 5 pieces, you're going to pay top dollar.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter that your neighbor across the street is selling a product that you have. It shouldn't matter at all. And I often tell people, look, take a lesson from other ethnic groups. You see, you go to the Slauson swap meet, and you see businesses in there, same kind of business, same kind of things, each one of them sell, but they all making money. You know, they drive in the Rolls Royce and drive out
That's right.
to Orange County or something in the evening. Come in here and get your money. Okay, we just in this spinning. Ooh, this price is good. You know, oh girl, don't go over there, it's too high. Come over here. That thing hurt us. So collectively,
Exactly.
you know, we have to teach or show the people that this is not your enemy because you happen to have the same product you have. Don't think she's trying to hurt you or he, you know. But what needs to be done, you get your heads together. Like you said, the big corporations came together.
Cooperating to compete.
That's right. Cooperating to compete.
That is the slogan that
Yes,
we are going to be using
exactly.
for the inner city
Exactly.
and for Leimert Park.
About 12 years ago, I got this bright idea. I was just overwhelmed by, in our community, the hair business, okay, which we use more hair than anybody, you know, because of the nature of our hair, okay? Everybody else is making all the money. So I came up with this idea, okay. Someone came to my shop and said, you know, the markup on hair is so tremendous. If you buy a container of hair, which will cost you about $300,000, okay, but that reduced the cost to maybe $3 or $4 a pound. Well, heck, we're paying like $50, $60, $100 a pound, right? And I'm thinking, my brain's racing. So I know what I'll do. I even got the DBA. I named it Wholesale Hair House. And my intention was to go to all of the hair providers, beauty shops, barber shops, whoever sold hair, weavers, and said, look, join this club. We're going to have a wholesale hair house. And each one of you that belong to this club, you can come and get your product for 10% markup from the wholesale house. And that will enable you to carry all the product you need right in your establishment. You don't have to say, honey, do you have your hair? Okay, go over there to Beautiful Wigs and pick up your hair. And you go over to Beautiful Wig and they got a braider in the back. Oh, we got one in the back. Okay, you lose the customer. Not to mention you're not making any money on the sale of the hair. You see?
Makes sense.
And needless to say, and I'm not going to put it on all the people because I didn't get a chance to go around. I had too much on my plate for one thing. But it didn't get off the ground. But I had this thought. Now, what you're talking about right now, that can be incorporated with it, showing the people, the merchants. You want to be successful like Rodeo Road or whoever these people that just laughing all the way to the bank? Okay, sit down and listen. You know?
Well, more than just listen. Let's just get it done. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Stop
fighting success.
But you know what? They can't see it yet. That's the reason we have to model and simulate it.
That's why.
And let them see exactly how successful they will be.
Exactly. That's why I'm so into this magazine. I am so for that, you know. Okay. How are we coming over there with our time? 5 minutes? 25 minutes we've been on? Are you serious? You sure you didn't move that clock up a little? It looks like we've been talking that long.
No, not at all.
When you're having fun, time just flies, you know? Okay. I want to thank you so much for coming. There again, I want to thank you so much.
I've enjoyed.
I have too. And we're going to get really, really busy. You guys going to see us out there. Going to be coming to your door. Okay? So thanks again.
Thank you.
And thank you, audience, for tuning in.